sorry, TikTok. Maybe sometimes this happens, but my iCloud gets my iCloud loses I don't like the foggy look, but I do love the I just want to tell you guys what's been helping me survive. The acupuncture that a lot of people are doing right now. Like, I know that I should always have a little thing to record, definitely in case like my stuff doesn't work, it doesn't post, but even that takes up so much space, and then it's so much, and it's like Apple is not taking the money off on the right date. So I always end up being late on my payments when it comes to my iCloud. Then it's like it's right now I'm still recovering because the shoulders, it's like the shoulder blades, I don't know if you feel yours, it gets hard, then it feels like I'm under this machine. But what's happening to me really, because I know a lot of you guys are wondering what is happening to her, if I haven't explained it well. So as Mother Earth, like, you start experiencing what, when you come to the earth, you start experiencing what different creatures are going through. As far as, I was having like dreams about monkeys, just disgusting shit. Like, because I come from the earth, and when you come from the earth, you start sort of listening. And so we've been fighting, the plant-based system has been fighting against the meat system. It's been fighting against the meat system. So I've been listening in the spirit to what's happening to the chickens, what's happening. They're being put in these machines and chopped up alive. And we're like, it's literally fighting this shit. And it's just power. It's just that that's what's going on. You know, that's what Leo is. A mother is from the earth. We are the center of the planet. And it's like, we start feeling that, but not every Leo is the same. But if you are the same, please talk to me. Like, let me know. Like, I wonder what sign you are, Quincy and Zach. Quincy, you sort of, I bet we are besties. I don't know. Like, I don't move fast, but I feel like Quincy really nailed it when it comes to showing me everything. Like, that's how I feel more connected, but I'm not pushy. Like, I'm not, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not, I'm not the kind of girl that's just gonna push myself on other women or other men, because I just feel like my spirit is telling me don't move fast, or just because of who I am. So I want to remind you guys that I don't know if it's everyone, but majority of people have like a look from an original look when they first were born. Like Mother Earth was born with like hair down to her feet. Of course, how could she not be the most beautiful woman in the world? She's Eve, right? But Eve can't walk around the black community looking like the way she does, beautiful. My eyes are like brighter than this. They're like a turquoise. There it is. And I remember them because I can feel them underneath. You know, remember, if you study these brown eyes, the melanin covers, but the inside, your eyes are really green or colored. Most people, but not all of them. I don't know. I think all of them, yeah. But we just like experience it because God's eyes are green, and brown eyes, I don't know where they came from. I think they were just because the sun is like glasses. So your eyes, when you're Mother Earth, like the sun, until we had to get brown eyes to cover our eyes, because when they're light, they're sensitive to the sun. So to protect our eyesight, we needed that melatonin. And I was born in the African American community so that I can get more melanin, until we found out what we could use for my skin to protect it so I don't get cancer or diseases. But my skin is like super light, even lighter than this, right? My real skin, and my hair is really, really like this, but more silky. And we have to, before my hair, we have to find out the tools that I need to use before the universe gives me my hair back, because hair is powerful. And you can't just, when you do certain things, once I get back to that, America is the best because you're not so strict. But once you do that, it like once I bring that hair out, I can't keep cutting it, because it's like it's like a ritual or something I'm hearing. So her eyes are like this. Yeah, I can see it, but they're like even brighter. So the green eyes are usually like a jealous person, and your eyes kind of tell what kind of person you are on the inside. And I do believe that I am a very jealous person, but I don't know if I get jealous about other women being beautiful. I don't know. I don't feel like I do, because every time I'm here, so yeah, the eyes are like a mixture of this and that. And then my eyes can change colors and like from emotions, like a mood ring. This is what I'm hearing. And it's true. And I can see like when my eyes are green, they when I'm not looking, they come out. Right? But not in, because they don't want me, they say they don't want, God says he doesn't want to expose me. And my body doesn't want to expose me. So because in the black community, you see how in the white community, a lot of you guys are so beautiful. You have the image of God, Jehovah, and it's easier for you guys to come out because you're come in packs, like the shark, like the fish. When there is a shark out there, fishes gather together and they look alike, and they look like a big fish because they're walking as a team. So the shark is confused, right? So whenever the evil people, or the shark, or whoever, your predator, the Satan, or the black community, I don't know, because I don't want to say the black community, but it's true, right? The devil messes with them because they're weak-minded, and educating them is hard because they have mental disorders, and a lot of them do. And that's, if they didn't have mental disorders, they wouldn't act the way they act, and maybe some of them pretend, and I don't know, but majority of them are just really troubled, and then some of them are just pretending, but I don't think they would pretend. Intelligence doesn't allow you to pretend, because you want to impress women. Women make you want to impress them and come out. Like when I was in the hood, when I was kind of homeless, I don't know, they were trying to impress me as a woman, so they would pull out a bunch of cash. I feel so sorry for the black community. I don't laugh at them. I don't laugh because they're beautiful in their own way, and it doesn't make, I think it's better for me to stay out of the hood, because it'll make me angry and it'll make me not want to help. Like, nothing can make me never want to help, but it makes me just want to have my own babies, like what Rihanna is doing. And just like, I don't want to deal with this. It's not my problem. You know what I mean? But since we're here, it is a part of our problem. And I just want, let's just do it for the sake of America being safe and protected, to build schools for them. They need it. They need it. They need our brain. They need our help. They're obviously failing. And, and while I'm here, you never know who my caseworkers are and the people protecting me. And some of them are black people, and I don't want to be mean. And I don't want to be mean because I don't want to say I'm mean because I'm scared. I'm not mean because I'm scared. I'm not mean because I have a compassion. There is, inside of me, there is a compassion. It's like when you see people through the eyes of God. It's more like they're just people. If you read in the Bible, even when they're mean, they're just people. Even when they make the wrong choice of words, if they knew better, they would say the right thing. You know what I mean? Because they would understand that when you get online and you're that's a platform where so many important people are listening, especially when you're talking to me, right? And that you don't realize the power of your words and the power of the opportunity, because they've been living in America for so long, that if you go to Africa, there are African women that when you put them on TV, they can't believe they're on TV, even if it's a cell phone. And they're just they're living in the huts under trees, guys. This is their life in Africa. I've seen it. We didn't live in trees. I didn't, because my dad is rich. For us, rich is having your own property. In America, that's the same thing, but there is levels to wealth, right? So he's not like a rich guy, but he has a royal background. That's what makes him wealthy. Because when a lot of people die, he takes over the throne. It's in his blood. But I don't know how long they're gonna live if they don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to the woman on the mother's side. I don't, because what also another thing that's happening is when I was born, I believe they say she's the witch. She's the witch, the Little Mermaid. Starbucks, that's the mermaid is Eve, me. So I don't even want to say me, but um, the and I've been feeling like I'm gonna transform like into a mermaid right there. Like you could feel the magic, the power of my tail coming. It's so scary, guys. Whoo, I could cry. I'm so scared. I'm not scared right now in this moment, but there are times where I'm scared. I'm like, if I become a mermaid, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. You get what I mean? And I pray I don't lose my mind. But that's what God's preparing me for it, right? And I can't be around ignorant people because they're not gonna understand my tail. They think this is not food. The tail is not fish. You can't just eat a mermaid tail. A mermaid tail has supernatural powers. It has magic. And when I became a mermaid, I was just my tail was leading. It was almost like I was on a trip, on a roller coaster ride, and the universe just, once my time was up on earth, well, not necessarily on earth, but on land, it was time to travel in the ocean and to be hidden. Once that, there is magic everywhere. And in Eden, the Garden of Eden is magical. It's a magical place. You eat that fruit. You don't have to study. You eat the fruit has power because you're eating it from the planet, right? And it's like you start automatically knowing what to do. That's the power. But that's why there was a price that had to be paid for that knowledge. And God cursed us because he was angry. And he was angry because he was jealous. He was jealous because he had to give up his sister, Eve, to Adam. He didn't know that we can procreate. He didn't know that we can be married. Me and him can be married. I mean, people, because right now they're saying that it is illegal for siblings to marry. And so he was like, I don't want to marry these women. I don't know them. So God is like, why would I go there and leave my sister? Why would I leave my wife? She's my sister and she's my fucking wife. That's how he feels. And he's like, I'm not gonna just give you away. You're the most important. She's the most important woman in the world. Why would I give her away to another man when I could marry her myself? I could protect her better than anybody, better than Elon, better than Obama, better than anybody, right? So then everybody builds this and said we can help to protect, and just coming to see the universe and the world, because this is home now. And the universe is saying God is going to need to be born. And so he's like, who's going to be my father? And who's the closest to looking like God? And the closest so far is you, is that I've seen is Quincy. He looks the closest to this beautiful man, but God even looks, he knows he looks even more beautiful. He's so like conceited. No, he's not conceited, but he's so, I have to be careful whenever I say something wrong. I feel like I can't breathe, but it's how he says, it's how he communicates to me. So he has like blonde hair. His hair is white blonde, but not too white. But you ever seen a white blonde, a super blonde hair? That's him. That's the highest, the most high. And he's it's not dirty blonde, he says. And he has like, I don't know if he has blue eye. He has bluish, but they're not too blue. I think they're almost turquoise too. I remember him like we probably had the same eyes, or he had brighter eyes. His were more on the blue side, is what I sense and feel and believe. And we had sex with each other because he's a human like everybody else, just supernatural. That's where you guys are his clones. We're all his clones. And so he didn't make Eve. Eve was already existing. He's just a female. Eve is a female version, but he had to tell people that because he didn't know how to explain it. And then it would seem like Eve is God when Eve is not God, guys. Eve is not. So it's too, when you claim that you're God and you say certain things, there is a powerful, it's almost like you're false claiming. So you have to be careful. The universe is like, you're lying, your own tongue. So I'm not God. I'm just his person, and I have to be humble as possible. So there's a lot of things that I was going on like a machine. Was my body was, oh my fucking God. I felt like I was being violated by a real machine. But it was just like threatening my body. But I know what that was. It's people's plans. I was thinking like that was Elon Musk's plan for people to attack people with his machines. That's what I was hearing. And he's saying it's to wash, it's so people can rest, so these machines can take over. But they can't take over. The body is saying no. You know, whatever you guys do is on you, not me. But I have to say no machines, no robots. Why? Because what if it was you? You're smart. You know how to put these machines down. You know how to stop them, to break them. Simple button or whatever. What if you couldn't do it? And then what about the people that are vulnerable, that don't? What if this place is so magical? What if something happens? He doesn't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the risk. So it's beautiful, but he's saying not now. But the universe is saying not ever. We have to say that, guys. We have to. We can't, because we can't allow robots to take over our body, because it's dangerous. Because what's going to happen is Elon Musk is going to try to get smarter, and he's going to try to make them smarter so they can be companions. But the universe sees it as a replacement, as a threat to human existence. I see it as a threat too. I understand though. Elon, you don't have to explain. You know, I get it. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that I can't use my power, my tongue, my thoughts to agree with that. I can't. Not ever. Not now. Maybe later, but not now, not ever. So it's crazy. So being Eve is scary. I want you guys to please have mercy. I want you guys to feel it. You know why? Not because I'm mad. Maybe I am. Maybe God is mad, and I am too. I do have sympathy and mercy. I am too, but I can't have that kind of sympathy because people will keep playing. You guys are not taking this serious because you're not feeling the threat. It's your turn to feel it. If it's God's will, if the universe wants you to feel it, it's your turn. If the universe doesn't want you to feel it, then maybe you won't, right? Because there are some things that some people never had to face, but there are some angry people in the spiritual realm that are angry, and they want you guys to feel it. And they've died. There are people that lived in those birds, people that lived in those animals, people that lived in those. That's what's happening. That's what you're hearing is what they went through. Inside of those chickens, the cow, there were people's spirits. They're not just a spirit of a cow. When you die, your spirit travels to experience what it's like to be a cow, what it's like to be a snake. I had a dream when I was a snake, and I was like, what am I? Right? And then I was talking to the police and the military. I say, hey, Sandra, how are you? They knew me in my dreams. And I was like, what are you? And then I think say you're a snake. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. And sometimes I do get scared of being here. A lot of times the experience that you face, it doesn't matter how many people are in the room, or if you feel alone because you're experiencing it alone, but you're not. There are spirits that are hearing it and feeling it, and I don't know if they're feeling it with you, but I can hear them say, why is she going through this? So that's why I know that they're hearing it and feeling it too, but your body is not telling you to say so. So what I do here is just to remind you, because I have to hurry up, because everything has a time limit to it, so I can't talk for too long. So this is helping me break the tension. It's breaking the tissue and the tension in my. This is amazing. So I thought we were gonna throw this away, but we're gonna keep it. And my body is always telling me, well, we could use these machines, but not real machines, and not that kind of machine. I have to be careful what I say. So this is breaking the tissue, like it's breaking the tension, and it's helping me relax. I have the ability to fly. We all do. It's just a matter of how limber you are. So you have, don't mind my crusty feet, guys. Focus on the important message. This is why it's not for especially black people, but it's not, and I have to keep saying it, because every time I go to the hood, or ignorant people at all, no matter the race, when you have anger and you're frustrated and you're angry and you're jealous, you're not going to learn, because your emotions are getting the best of you. So it's important for you to get rid of those feelings: angry, anger, jealousy. Those are all normal human feelings, but you want to get rid of them. You don't want them to get the best of you, because they're not important. They're just blocking you from listening and learning, right? So this is better than any acupuncture and any machine and or massage. I rebuke it. Any massage, it's better than any massage, because it's actually, and this is what a lot of the rich people are dying to see, what is going on, because people are ripping them off. They're charging them thousands and millions of dollars for something, and this is what Steve Jobs is telling me, and it's not helping. It's like, why did he die? Why are people dying? You know, people are not eating well. People are not exercising. It's not even about exercise. You can exercise. It's important too, but you don't need to exercise to stay skinny. What you need to do is stretch, right? What you need to do is stretch. Don't stop stretching. That's all I do in my bed. In that bed, all day long. Like, I don't have a desire to go out. I used to be different. I used to be different. I used to be normal. Whenever I started doing this, I activated a machine, a universal machine. Whew, I'm scared. It's terrifying. But what it was doing was waking me up and, you know, paying a price. That's what I was basically, I have to tell you, I was paying a price that a lot of people had to pay to be here. And so what it was telling me was what people were going through, right? And they're quiet, suffering in silence. People think that white people never experience this. Is their country, but it's our country too, yes, but majority of it is theirs. Like, they died for this country, you know. And I keep telling the black community, like, I know you guys died too. They died too, but the black people have a place to go no matter what. They think they don't. They can't go back to Africa without talking to the president if they can go back. Only I can do it is just saying, well, maybe only. They're saying that I can, because I can convince them. I have the power to convince them, because I know what to say. Because everybody that's Africa, you can't tell black Americans that Africa is not, they can't go back, because they will always have a place and home in Africa, as long as they understand that, you know. But they don't know the language, you know. And what happened here is, you can't just send them back. You can if you want to, but if they will go, will they go? They can't just. It's hard for me to say can't, because I'm a magical spiritual person, where that believes that anything is possible, but not anything. Not everything is possible. Anything is possibly possible, but not everything is possible. So when I used to be, we're gonna take it slow, because I have a lot of things to say, but I only have a limited time to say, because of my body needs to go back to rest. It's been through a lot of trauma. I could feel the trauma in my body. And so whenever I started doing all this, I was operating a machine, a baby making machine. I'm a woman, a baby making machine that gives birth to different people, and we're fruitful and multiplying. That's what my body was telling me. But and I don't want to hear it. Please stop. And so it's basically saying it's time to repeat, to start over, like, meaning to reprocreate through you again, so we can see your children, how I'm a mother, how I take care, you know. But my body's telling me that I'm going to need more than one baby father, because we're procreating. That's all we do. That's our job as women. So that's why, you know, it's important to get on a plant-based diet. I can't lead you guys astray, and, you know, I want to help you. all of you, but not everyone is meant to stay. Not everyone is good. A lot of people are filthy, and you can hear it in their voices. And those people that deny, that are angry at Trump, angry at the I feel it. I feel, not me. I'm not angry, but I could feel there is an anger in here about people are angry at him, and maybe, I don't know, angry, jealous. Oh God, guys, sometimes I talk so much that, but it's going somewhere. It's going somewhere, right? I don't waste my time talking. And so whenever my sisters come over, they usually think, I always record conversations, and you can tell me, you can tell me what not to post, but I usually know what not to post. Like, the spirits are guiding me. I'm not here alone. They're telling me, let's not post that, let's not do this, that's what the spirits are telling me. The white people, there's some black people that died a long time ago, but the white people, because this is their house, the White House, this is, so we serve you, we came to serve you all the way from Africa, and we've been through all these experiences, and people think, everyone that comes in this country that's a foreigner thinks that they can come here and just take over. But I don't know if I said this before. I can't come here and say those kind of things. That's why I keep telling them, and sometimes they make me feel bad. People are making me feel bad for supporting Trump, but Trump is a person. Can you understand that the universe put him there? Do you think that the universe made a mistake? Right? I'm trying to tell you guys that was the only option. He's the only one that was smart enough to know what he needs to do. That he's the father. He had to be he had to look a specific way, have a specific background to terrify specific people, because there is a important person here. You all are important. I'm not the only one, but I'm saying you all are important, but it doesn't matter, right? So a lot of this stuff we're hearing is I'm trying to tell you guys that even if you guys need employees, we understand. I can't use the power of my tongue to say allow illegal immigrants in the country, because people really start to do things that I say, right? And I have to be very careful. So I try to tell people that, and I'm like, listen, guys, be careful. Don't do that. Don't, just say no, and then the universe will bless you with employees. The universe will find a way. I promise you, I bet you. I don't want to make promises I can't keep, but I bet you. But I know that it's not safe. I don't want to say it, and then someone comes out of nowhere and tries to get into my apartment just to make an example. So those are all things I want you to know. I understand your struggles, what's going on. People are doing it, and I encourage you guys. I mean, sometimes you just have to, when you're angry, you have to say something mean and bad about the president, and not just the president, Biden, but I want to tell you guys that Biden was fighting and working when he was sick, right? So I want you guys to please have some compassion. Don't laugh at him. You don't like to be laughed at. Don't laugh at him. Don't say he's just sleeping. He's an older man. Come on, guys. You're young. It's the young people that are telling these older people, you're sleeping, and, come on, he's old. You got to give him more credit. There was a peace when Biden was president that I felt. Peace, like an angel was in the room. But I was still supporting Trump, in not in a bad way, but because I feel bad for him. He's beautiful to me. I have I see things differently. And I just see a beautiful businessman that is struggling emotionally. People that are not struggling, we're done. The time is up. Oh my God, I'll talk later.